In a city that never sleeps, there is a man whose dreams have touched the lives of over a billion people, a man who dared to think decades ahead of his time and build an empire brick by brick, bite by bite, from the narrow streets of Mumbai to commanding boardrooms that shape India's future. This is the untold story of Mukesh Ambani. But his journey didn't begin with billions. It began with a tiny apartment, a father's vision, and a young boy who believed that limits were just illusions. Part 1. The Humble Beginnings. In 1957, Aden, Yemen, the hot desert winds carried the scent of petrol from the nearby station. Dhirubhai Ambani, a young, ambitious man from Gujarat, worked long shifts there. His wife Kokilaben cared for their children, including a bright-eyed boy named Mukesh. Life was modest. No luxury, no wealth. Yet inside that small home there was something richer than gold: ambition. When Mukesh was still a child, the family returned to India, settling in Mumbai, but their Mumbai wasn't skyscrapers and sea view apartments. It was a small two-bedroom flat in Bhuleshwar, one of the city's crowded neighborhoods. Mukesh often shared stories of how the family lived simply. No chauffeurs, no fancy toys, but every evening over dinner, Dhirubhai would talk about business, about markets, about the possibilities of India's future. Those talks weren't just conversations, they were seeds being planted in young Mukesh's mind. Part 2. Education and Early Ambition. Mukesh went to Hillbranch High School and later studied chemical engineering at the Institute of Chemical Technology in Mumbai. He was brilliant, but more importantly, curious. In the late 1970s, he joined Stanford University for an MBA. But one day, a phone call from his father changed everything. Mukesh, I need you back in India. We're building something big. Without hesitation, Mukesh left his studies and came home. This decision to return instead of chasing a comfortable career abroad would shape the rest of his life. Part 3. Learning the ropes. Back in Mumbai, Reliance was still a growing company dealing in textiles. Dhirubhai was planning something bold, setting up a polyester filament yarn plant at Patalganga. Mukesh, barely in his 20s, was put in charge of the entire project. It was trial by fire, managing engineers, negotiating with suppliers, handling deadlines. Days were long, nights were short. Mukesh wasn't just learning about machines and factories, he was learning about leadership, pressure, and responsibility. Part 4. The Big Leap. Petrochemicals and Refineries. By the 1990s, Reliance had expanded into petrochemicals. Mukesh spearheaded the idea of backward integration, controlling every stage of production from raw materials to finished products. Then came his biggest gamble at the Jamnagar refinery, at the time building the world's largest grassroots petroleum refinery in Gujarat sounded insane. Critics said it was impossible. But in 1999, Jamnagar roared to life, a symbol of Indian industrial might, producing millions of tons of fuel and products every year. Part 5. It was a family tragedy and split. In 2002, tragedy struck. Dhirubhai Ambani passed away, leaving behind not just a corporate empire but also uncertainty. There was no will. Tensions grew between Mukesh and his younger brother Anil. The media feasted on the story, boardrooms turned into battlefields. Finally, in 2005, their mother Kokilaben mediated the split. Mukesh took control of oil, gas, and petrochemicals, while Anil took over telecom, power, and finance. This was a turning point. Mukesh could now shape Reliance without conflict. Part 6. The Geo Revolution. Around 2010, as smartphones began spreading in India, Mukesh saw the future: data. He believed India could leapfrog into the digital age if internet became cheap and accessible. And so began the Geo project. Towers were built, fiber optic cables were laid, billions of dollars were invested, all before a single customer signed up. When Jio finally launched in 2016, it shocked the nation. Free calls, free internet, unlimited data for months. The telecom industry went into chaos. Competitors struggled to survive, but for millions of Indians, it was liberation, a digital revolution in their pocket. Within a few years, Jio had over 400 million subscribers and attracted investments from Google, Facebook, and global giants. Part 7. Today and Legacy. Today, Reliance Industries touches almost every Indian's life through telecom, retail, petrochemicals, and digital services. Mukesh Ambani lives in Antalya, one of the world's most expensive homes, but despite the wealth, often says his true pride is in creating opportunities for millions of Indians. So, in conclusion, Mukesh Ambani's journey teaches us think long term, don't chase short term wins, invest before the world sees the need. Take calculated risk, never forget your roots. From a small flat in Mumbai to building one of the world's largest business empires, Mukesh Ambani's story is proof that dreams know no limits. The boy who once shared a room with his family now shares his vision with a billion people. And maybe, just maybe, his journey is a reminder that your story is still being written. Thank you for watching. If you found value in this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for next such great stories. Thank you so much.